5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. The only thing we have to fear is fear.
Mile 18.
This is Endurance Nation.
95% of endurance athletes are wasting their time and money trying to solve race day problems with more training. And guess what? You're probably one of them. Here inside Endurance Nation, we've cracked the code on race day performance, and we're on a mission to make ordinary athletes into expert racers. Our revolutionary approach to race execution, the 4 keys, is only part of our ecosystem. Race execution is baked into our entire season trajectory, from homework that our athletes do, to key training sessions, to race day support, to debriefs, and content that actually supports you becoming a smarter and stronger athlete. If you're interested in upping your intellectual game and making sure that you're just as mentally tough as you are physically strong, go to endurancenation.us. You'll find resources on that page and an opportunity to sign up for our newsletter, including free courses that will teach you some of our frameworks and start you on the path to becoming a better athlete. If it's got a finish line, we're ready to help you get there. Find us at endurancenation.us.
5 seconds, athletes. Here we go.
Hey there, Coach Patrick here, back with another episode this week, talking to you about winter training done right, why it's a cheat code for your endurance season. Now, whether you're doing triathlon or you're doing gravel racing, off-road racing, whatever it may be, your season is a big year. And you and I both know this because it's like a logistical nightmare, right? We've got challenges in the winter with weather, early workouts, dealing with trying to run in the snow, or trying to find like a winter activity that allows us to get the same cardiovascular training load that we want. And then challenges in season, like, oh my goodness, kids are in school, or I have other commitments, summertime, like trying to actually take vacation, or my family wants to see me sometimes. How do I make it all work, right? 9 months is a long time to stay focused on any goal. It's part of the allure of what we're trying to do when we tackle these big events, but it's also one of the biggest challenges, right? The logistical challenges. Well, that's where winter training comes in, right? And I know what you're thinking. Winter training is just boring, right? You probably have put your trainer in front of the TV set, put down some towels, and then every time your favorite team scored a touchdown, you sprinted for like 2 minutes, or every time somebody said, drank a beer in a beer commercial, you sprinted for VO2 sessions, right? Well, that's winter training for you, right? That's not winter training, my friends. That's just winter busyness. It's not actual training. Inside Endurance Nation, when we think about winter training, we think about an actual structure block. Now, before you freak out and say, Coach, I don't need structured stuff in the winter. Winter's supposed to be fun. I agree. Like, we want you to go out and have fun. Take a weekend off, go skiing. Take a weekend off, go somewhere and hike, or take a week off and just recreate, be on vacation. That's fine. I'm not saying by any means that you shouldn't go out and have fun. What I am saying is that when you are investing time in your training in the winter, don't mess around. Want to actually follow a protocol. Inside Endurance Nation, we have what we call the out-season program. It's a 14-week block that we actually go through 3 different phases of high-intensity training with high-quality rest. This combination allows you to exit the 14 weeks with threshold fitness levels on the bike and the run if you're a triathlete, on the bike if you're a cyclist, that you haven't seen since last year. I know it's been a couple of months, but you're there already in the spring. So instead of finishing last year at 220 watts as your threshold power, what if you started this year at 230 watts? Right? Don't wait 6 or 7 months to build the fitness. Build it now. And we can do that with high quality training. It works for a couple of different reasons. And I'm telling you them now, giving away the secrets, simply because I want you to be able to use the same protocol for yourself, whether or not you decide to become part of Endurance Nation or join our out-season program, which registration is, by the way, open now until November 4th this year in 2024. And then later on in the year for our January 6th start, for the second half in the early part of 2025. Depends if your race is early in the season, sign up earlier. If your race is later in the season, you can sign up later. That's fine, right? Or if you're still racing this season, sign up later. So what are the components that great winter training means? And what does it actually mean in terms of an unlock? Well, number one, great winter training is actually highly structured. So whereas in season, we've got lots of variability, you're trying to manage weather days, you need to get time outside, you're trying to be race specific. Winter training is actually really structured. We know you can bike every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday because we're biking indoors. So actually making sure you have the equipment that you want lined up or the places where you can train allows you to put structure into your training, unlike you've seen in the rest of your year. This is a cheat code because you can be really consistent with your training. It takes away all the logistical nightmares. All you've got to do is do the right laundry in the right time, which can be hard for some of us, but not for everybody. Okay. So number one is that consistency piece. Number two is actually thinking about high quality training. Now, most of the time, athletes who are following a traditional training program, try to put intensity as they move through their season towards their race. They say, okay, I've been doing base miles for like 6 months. I haven't gone above a certain heart rate for months. I've recalibrated myself to be a new human being. Somehow I've reworked my biochemistry and I'm going to be this amazing athlete now. I haven't done anything hard in months, but I'm now going to go really, really fast. That's not how physiology works, right? You think about weight training. If you want to get better at bench pressing, we don't just bench press 100 pounds for 6 months and then try and go out and set a new rep max, right? There's an actual protocol and process to it, right? Strength is a result of hard work combined with rest. And we do that inside Endurance Station where we build fast before far. So when we think about that with our training here, we've separated out that intensity. Instead of having it at the end of the season when you're also trying to do your longest stuff and get ready for your race, hello, fatigue, we put it earlier in the season where we make you really, really strong. And then you're able to maintain that by taking away the intensity, but adding in the volume, which keeps your fitness levels high. And just with 1 or 2 sessions a week, or maybe even a specificity block, 4 or 5 weeks in the middle of the year, you can really keep some of that high-end fitness going. It's something you can tap into and add on to if you want to. We're not trying to keep high, peak threshold power all year. It's going to come up and wax and wane across the season, as any endurance athlete will tell you. But waiting all year to do the hard work until just before your race means that things are going to go wrong. And more importantly, it doesn't position you for success. This is the third and most important part about winter training. Is that good winter training gives you options later, right? So people say, I'm just going to do this stuff because it seems like a good thing to do. It fits my schedule or whatever. But the Endurance Nation Outseason program actually built a high level of fitness that gives you optionality later. You can do volume work, you can do hard work, and you can do a different sport-specific work because you're sitting on great fitness built over this 14-week block. You're not still trying to wait for it. You haven't been delaying the work and need to cram it in. If you don't do the high quality work in the winter, then as a race approaches, you're like, I know I wanted to run under 4 hours for this marathon, but I haven't done any of the interval set yet. But I've also got to do this long run and my taxes are due and life is crazy and the weather's nice. Family wants to go on vacation. Spring break's here. Oh my God, what's happening? Wah! That's what typically happens every single year. And as a result, you start cutting, slashing and burning, taking things out of your training life. And you end up actually really detraining into your race as opposed to tapering, which most people do. Was, by forced to by life, you just make that choice yourself and pull the plug, or your body breaks down and you simply can't keep up the training load. So what we do is we actually give you optionality. By putting in that good work now and building that engine, you have options later in the year to decide what you want to do. And you can pick and choose. It gives you more room, more flexibility with your season, believe it or not. And the winter's a great time to do it. Why? Because the best food of the year is in the winter. I don't know if everyone's here in North America, but we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Halloween candy before that, we've got Christmas time and holiday food, then there's New Year's. It's like party. Like pretty much the time October hits until January 1st, it's like party. Nobody's really at work or answering emails apparently. And everybody's eating lots of stuff, getting together, drinking tasty beverages, whether they have alcohol or not, and putting themselves in a tough position. Well, if you're going to be eating that food and living your best life, you want to still be able to get workouts done. You can still do that on the Outseason program. You have 2 days off, Mondays and Friday. It gives you the flexibility that you need to actually absorb the training you've done and balance the hard work during the week with the tempo and quality work that we do on the weekends. Almost 2 phases to every single week. Speaking of phases, our Outseason program actually has 3 different blocks where we move through 5 weeks, and then 4 weeks. That's your 14 weeks. At the end of each block is a functional test. We use your numbers to guide the training. You figure it out. And you can do the same thing. I strongly recommend you functionally test. Don't go to a lab. Don't do guesswork. Don't just do zone 2. Actually get in there, do a 20-minute or 40-minute or 2x20-minute test. Do a ramp test. Whatever software you use to cycle indoors, there's probably like a template test inside there. Do the test, get the numbers, know your numbers. Stop hiding from the fact that you are or are not fit. Don't just look at that scale and say, one day I'm going to get on that thing and I'm going to cut my weight. You and I both know that you can't wait to the last minute to drop that weight, just like you can't wait to the last minute to build this critical fitness. So when you think about an unlock for your season, it's actually making a decision to step into your season now. And that's the biggest piece about this puzzle. As you move towards taking charge of your winter season, you're opting into doing the quality work. You're opting into building what we call your mental six-pack, focusing now, even though most people don't want to focus. Right? If you just want to be like everybody else, do what everyone else is doing. If you want that head start to literally hit the road in March and be 2 miles an hour faster on the bike or 30 seconds per mile faster on the run, feeling great, fresh, and ready to go, ready to put in some longer miles, ready to put in the stuff to get ready for the Boston Marathon, ready to put in stuff to get ready for Lake Placid, like whatever your key race may be, knowing that you've got this engine that you've built is fantastic. Not everyone can just take it easy for a couple of weeks and then go to the Grand Canary Islands and do a ton of training, then move up to America and do more training, then go to a mountain and do more training like a professional cyclist and then get ready. We've got lives. We've got things going on. The Outseason program is your shortest path forward. So whether you follow us over at endurancenation.us or you roll your own, now you have the keys to the structure for what you need. If you want to learn more, I recommend that you go over to our free course. It's got the out-season protocol, and you can find it at endurancenation.us. It's on that page. You'll see it as you scroll down under our free courses. Take the course. Learn more about the details. Get a little bit more than I told you here. You can reply back to those messages, ask me questions. If you're ready to take the leap, if you've seen some of the other videos and content, you understand that the out-season actually will be a significant change from what you've tried before. Obviously, madness being just trying to do the same thing and getting different results. Try something different this year. Do something that 10,000 plus athletes have been doing since 2009 to unlock their season potential. I myself am going into my 16th out season in just a few weeks. I can't wait. I love the structure. Don't get me wrong. I love riding my bike. I love exercising and just going all day. But the structure is so rewarding. The difficulty it is to like stare at that interval and know I'm going to do 3 by 8 minutes and how hard that first 8 minutes is. And then the satisfaction I get for getting it done and knowing my numbers and seeing those numbers go up every single week. I hope you will tune in. I hope you will tap in to that energy for yourself. You deserve it. Seeing progress is actually possible. Endurance sports isn't just about biding your time, being followed by a drone, or running an Instagram account. It's about doing hard work, seeing results, sharing with your teammates, and crushing your season next year. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you back another episode later, or find us again on all of our courses and free resources at endurancenation.us. See you, everyone.
Endurance Nation.
Hey, podcast fans. I know you love the podcast because here you are, you're listening to it and you're still listening to me talk right now. Did you know you can get content just like this in your inbox once a month? We send out a great newsletter. We call it, guess what? The Unfair Advantage. That's right. It's our information to you, something that separates you from the competition. If they're not here, then they don't know. But if you are here, then now you do. Zero excuses. If you go check us out online at endurancenation.us/newsletter, it's your opportunity to enter your email address, sign up for these updates. They come once a month, sometimes twice a month, depending on my race schedule. And it's your chance to get insider information that's going to help you become a better, smarter athlete. Don't miss out on this chance to get ahead of the competition. It doesn't cost you any money, and it's not a ton of work. It's just your email address. That's endurancenation.us/newsletter.
For more information about Endurance Nation, visit us online at endurancenation.us. The provided music is from the Podshow Podsafe Music Network. Check it out at music.podshow.com.